Yo, what's going on, guys? So, just going to do a wee update where we're at. 7 weeks out currently, and 11 weeks out. Fingers crossed, all goes well, and we get to do a show. Um, the original show was obviously cancelled. All the shows here in Ireland was cancelled. Was planning kind of ones locally in Belfast, and then muscle contest, which is in Limerick, got cancelled as well. So restrictions here was pretty bad. So all the shows kind of got done away with. So the plans were a wee bit up in there. We decided that we made the call to keep prepping. So we're 7 weeks out currently. Two Bros is doing their best to basically make these shows happen. So it looks like we'll be flying to the UK in 7 weeks' time. They hopefully compete at the Two Bros. It's the Ryan Terry Classic. It's the first one up, and then Cuba has a show I think at 11 weeks as well. So one's in April and one's in May. So timing wise, we're in a good spot. As I say, 7 weeks and 11 weeks leaves us a good bit of time still left to make some good changes. At the minute, with the COVID and different things, obviously there's a lot of people restricted with training and stuff. So on the first lockdown, I bought my own gym in my garage. So basically what we did was we just literally read out the garage after the first lockdown, and they basically were telling us it was 2 weeks lockdown, so we thought, right, 2 weeks we can deal with a bench and a few dumbbells. But we all well know what happened there. The shit hit the fan and nobody got training. So rather than trying to rely on people, because obviously there is gyms, some gym owners is letting people in, which is good, but you can't rely on anybody in this game, especially when it's so big a part of your life and you're prepping different things. And the main thing for me was at the first lockdown, obviously I was coming back from a bad injury, two patella tendon ruptures. So for me, training wasn't going to be an option. I had to build my legs back up at the start of last year. I had no legs were gone completely. So aim for me was always to come back in 2021, make a comeback. So the injury happened in 2019. 2020 was basically the year they built back up again from scratch, literally from scratch, and that's a long way rehabilitated them as well, like trying to build them back, get them moving again. So giving up and letting COVID take over was not going to be an option. So what we did was read out the garage, and literally started with like a squat rack, cable assembly. We put on like leg press in there, leg extension, hamstring curls, lying hamstring, full set of dumbbells, hack squat, abductor, calves, you name it, it's on there. So if you cannot prep out of there, there's something badly wrong, you know. So we kind of left it. I handpicked the machines in a sense that I was picking stuff I knew was going to help me and benefit me. Do this comeback, build the physique again, and it's done exactly that. It's been perfect, and to be honest, without it, I would be lost right now. So my training at the minute is like I was doing push-pull legs for a long time there. Whenever we started prepping around 20 weeks out, we swapped over the individual body parts again, just to kind of prioritize any weak body parts, which for me obviously was hamstrings is a big one. Trying to bring the hamstrings back up, get the legs back. Upper body is pretty much there. My arms were weak, but we've brought them back up. They've definitely came up, and they're kind of on par. They're balanced with the upper half. Like I've got big delts, big shoulders, so your arms needs to match. And they were always just they weren't small, but they were always just kind of fading behind. So we've banged in an arm day, and I'll be totally honest, like to build my arms back up, we literally stripped back a weight completely. Used exercises that I felt, you know, a good connection with. There's a lot of people like with weak body parts and they're trying to just go heavier all the time, train them more often. And sometimes the problem just lies with execution and connection. So stripped it completely back, and the arms responded, and the arms came up. So that was a good thing. So the split at the minute is shoulders and triceps on a Monday, back and hamstrings on a Tuesday. We take rest on a Wednesday. Thursday is chest and biceps. Friday's leg day. Saturday rest, and then Sunday we have a dedicated arm day. So there's a lot of training in there. Just after writing the place there. There's a lot of volume on there as well. You know, we're making sure we're getting every kind of body part hit hard. And to be honest, I do see a good change. The change up from push pull legs. Obviously, there was more frequency on there with push pull legs. whereas now I would say there's slightly more volume per body part. So it's all to do with too how much you can recover from. That's what it's about. Can you recover from it, and can you create enough stimulus to keep growing? So we found a good mix there, and everything's working perfect and everything's going good. Training wise, diet wise, off season was pretty damn strict. Not in the sense that we were restricting foods or anything like that. It was just we were on the money. We had a game plan. We knew we were coming back. So off-season foods is the exact same foods now. My diet hasn't changed. Literally, at 12 weeks out, we made a wee tweak to the diet. We pulled the carbs down slightly, and from there we're 7 weeks out now. So that's 5 weeks ago, and we haven't changed the diet since. And every single week we've been pulling in. We have added a wee bit of clean a few weeks back, and up the cardio slightly. So cardio's sitting at 40 minutes. 20, is it 20? Let me think here, prep head's kicking in. 20 minutes of it is high intensity. So the first 10 minutes, we just go steady state, get the kind of heart rate up, go at a steady speed, and then basically what I do is intervals. So on the minute, every minute, we do 15 seconds all out, balls out as fast as I can go, 45-second recovery, repeat that process, and then we'll do, so that'll be 20 minutes in. The next 10 minutes is literally again steady state, and then the last 10 minutes is intervals again. And to be honest, see, just even adding that on, the physique just pulls, and I noticed it kept pulling and pulling. So at the minute, we're sitting at 7 weeks out. Check in there a few days back, again down 3 pounds. So there was no need to change. Like, this is where you kind of need someone else to bounce off, a good coach, a good eye, because like I'm itching. The condition's pretty good, and what I'll do is, like, the day I've got arms today scheduled for the day. So what I'm going to do is I'll attach a video post workout, and you can see exactly where physique's at. I'm kind of just documenting this prep the whole way in. Number one, for myself to look back on, and then number two, just for people to kind of see the process, see the whole mindset, through the whole thing, and then obviously this is the comeback series, this is a comeback season. So anybody has bad injuries, just trying to basically put it out there that, listen, if you just get your mind and take it day by day, you can get there. As I say, the check-in was at 7 weeks out, we dropped 3 pounds, 0 changes to the diet, and again, what I was saying was, it's always good to have that eye, because you're looking for more. Like, you're always looking to go, will it push more, will it push more, will it pull food? And our thinking, like, obviously I'm coached by the Giant, by Jamie. We were kind of bouncing to and from, and our thinking was, like, because of the COVID, we just don't know how long the season's going to be. We know where we have to cap it to end it. I obviously have a family holiday booked for June, end of June. Fingers crossed we get to go, because if the flights are going, big man is out of here, we are gone. I don't give a shit. Some sunshine and all inclusive. It just sounds really appealing to me right now. So we're kind of cautious of the time frame of the whole thing, because at the end of the day, if we push too hard now and something gets postponed, the physique could fade, in a sense that it could get tired. Like, you know, you can only stay lean and hold a certain look for so long. After that, you're going to fade. You will fade, no matter what anybody says. Like, I've done it the 2019 season, we did 3 shows back to back, and they were all 3 weeks apart, and it ended up 6 months of dieting. And by the end, the body was tired. You know, you could see a different look. Wasn't as hard, wasn't as grainy. So we just kind of want to time that right. We don't want to overcook it too soon. But apart from that, everything's looking good. Everything's feeling good. Like, energy wise, no real dips in energy. The first time, I'll probably say Friday there, which is a couple of days ago, it's Sunday now. Friday we had that legs, and for the first time, when I was warming up, I could feel the tank was a wee bit empty. I thought to myself, right, this is where the fun begins. Like, so this is where it separates. This, for me, that's what separates third and first place. Like, how bad do you want it? Like, how far are you willing to dig into it? You know, whenever you feel tired again, I think that's when you need to really dig in to grind out that condition. Even though food hasn't changed, different things, when the energy's down together and you're in the session, you make sure you fucking do the lifts. You make sure you make that session count. And always find the day or two after, you're always tighter for it. You know, whenever you really dig in through that kind of pain barrier, that empty feeling. Sometimes you just have to have a wee word with yourself inside your head. It sounds a wee bit crazy, but you know, you do have to be a wee bit crazy to do this stuff. So you know, I find you just need to dig deep in them sessions, and trust me, whenever you can do that, you almost feel invincible. Like what will stop you? I've been here before. Like I'm very experienced in it. I remember like preps before where I was going to bed thinking like, how am I even going to put one foot in front of the other? And then the next morning you wake up, you're fresh as a pan again. You go again, and you repeat that process. And that's all it's all about. Getting condition isn't easy. It's not supposed to be easy. And people say, "Oh, you're lucky. You get condition easy." It's not fucking easy. And I don't care who you're, wherever you're skinned, and all the body fats off your body. That shit's not easy. It's not easy in the mind, and it's not easy just doing daily tasks. Trust me, it's not a cool place to be, and it's not a place you want to stay for too long. But apart from that, we are literally prioritizing this, trying to enjoy the process, not overthinking it, not overstressing it, no real pressure. Current weight is sitting at 96 kilo, fasted, completely out of bed, go to the toilet, jump on the scales, 96 kg, and the class that we're squeezing under is the 90, under 90. So we've 6 kilo to lose, which isn't a wild. 7 weeks out, it's still a fair bit of weight. And you'll see the physique around the video. It is pretty lean. It needs to come off the glutes. So with the 6 kg will come off, and when it does come off, we will be granite hard. And to be honest, we've put on a fair bit of muscle on the physique, because I would say I will literally scrape 90. And last 2019 on stage I was 86, so that's 4 kg alone. Before we could be heavier. So let's see where it all pans out. I don't want to ramble on here too long. Mindset's good, energy's good, prep's pretty damn smooth at the minute. Legs at the minute is feeling really good. They're feeling strong after the injuries. My fear was always, well, what happens to these tendons when I diet down? This is the first time I've dieted down since they snapped. Legs feel good, the knees feel good. So fingers crossed, touch wood, we're in a good place. And if the shows go ahead, I'm excited for it. Worst case scenario, they get cancelled and they get pushed out. We'll get a good rebound off it. That's my mindset. In bodybuilding, I always find you have to come down to go back up. You can push. People likes to take big breaks away from the stage to put on size, and I fully understand that and I fully agree with that. But there does become a point in your career / physique where if you take too much time away from the stage, it's hard to get that condition back again. And if you're pushing, sometimes you push so far and your body doesn't really want to go anymore. You have to bring it back down, resensitize the whole thing, boom, rebound past where you were before. And if you're always kind of getting that fresh condition, whenever it comes to your seasoned competitor, you'll get grainier and just that better look, that more mature look every single time. I think if you take too much time away from the stage, not that you get lazy, not that you get really complacent, it's just sometimes your body just gets a wee bit stubborn. It's a big shock, pulling right down very low, and it'll only go so far. Like you do find, and I even found it last in 2019, the first show I was pretty damn good condition, I really shredded on it. Wee bit of boost up in food, but I pulled back down again, and the second time we came down, we definitely pulled in tighter. Like glutes was a lot drier, legs was a lot drier. So I do believe that you do have to come down to go back up. So say worst case scenario, the shows get cancelled, we get a rebound, and we'll plan something at the back end of the year. So it's not all bad. Feeling good, 7 weeks. Let's do it.